Hello dear students. Next we are going to look at supernode analysis. The supernode analysis is just like super mesh analysis, wherein we had a mixture of current source and voltage source. Now have a look in this particular circuit. If we have to use the nodal analysis, then we have to draw the currents. So we can draw a current here any which way. We can draw the different currents. The problem arises in this particular branch because here the voltage is 20 volt and all we can say is V2 minus V3 is going to be equal to 20 volts. But we cannot say what is the direction of current here. Even if we draw the current, direction of current, we cannot say what is the value of current here. Because to say the value of current, there has to be a resistance here, but there is no resistance here. What will we do? This case arises whenever there is a voltage source between two nodes and out of which one of the node is not reference node. In previous cases we had situation like this wherein one of the nodes was a reference node. So for us in that situation we did not use any supernode analysis. But now we have to use the supernode analysis because here we are having a voltage source between two nodes, two node voltages which are unknown. So when do we use a supernode analysis? We use a supernode analysis whenever there is a voltage source between two nodes. Whenever there is a voltage source between two nodes. This need not require a supernode because one of the nodes here is a reference node. So if there are two unknown nodes and in between which there is a voltage source, then we will talk about a supernode. Now what is a supernode? See, in supernode we combine both the nodes together and make a big node. This node together will be basically the supernode. So let me draw it properly. So as you can see, I have put both the nodes together and I have drawn a boundary wall around these two nodes. Now what all currents are there that are entering or leaving, we have to write that. For example, here 10 ampere current is going inside node 1. Here let me draw the current like this. Here in this branch let me draw it like this. Here I will draw it down, here also down, here also here. I will draw it in this direction. So now this is going to be our supernode. And we will write the KCL equation for this supernode separately. In super mesh we had combined two different meshes or three different meshes together. Here we are combining two different nodes together to form a supernode. So let us write the equations. First we will write KCL at node 1. KCL at node 1. As you can see, here it is 10 incoming minus V1 by 3 because it's outgoing current. Similarly minus, now what will we write the voltage for the supernode? Don't worry, all we have to do is we have to only look at the node with which we are going to write for the branch. So here it will be V1 minus V2. So it will be V1 minus V2 divided by 2 ohms. So this is going to be our first equation. Remember there are three unknowns here, V1, V2, V3. So we require three equations, out of which the first equation we will get from this one. So this has to be solved before we write the equation. This we have to solve it. So let me first complete the equation. So this is equal to 0. Now based on that, multiply with 3 into 2. We will get, so 3 into 2 with 10 minus b1 by 3 minus v1 minus v2 by 2 is equal to 0. So from this I can get 60 minus 2 times v1 minus 3 times v1 plus 3 times v2 is going to be equal to 0. From which I will get the equation for minus 5v1 plus 3v2 is going to be equal to 60. So this is going to be my first equation. This is going to be the first equation. I forgot to put a minus here. Yeah, minus 60. Correct. Next, we will write KCL for the supernode. KCL for supernode. Now here, something that we have to look is which all are the branches for the supernode. For example, this is one of the branch, this is the second branch, this is the third branch, this is the fourth branch. So around this there are 4 branches. So always we have to look at the boundary. Only look at the boundary, no need to look anywhere else. So here this is the first point where the boundary is crossed by a branch. So that branch is going to be there. So just like that, this one and this one. So there are 4 branches. Since there are 4 branches, we can very easily say that we will have 4 different current equations to be written. So let us write it one by one. So here I can write KCL for supernode. So entering, current is entering, so V1 minus V2 divided by 2 minus V2 by 1 minus V3 minus 10 volt divided by 5. That is also outgoing, so it was negative. Last one is also minus of V3 by 2 is equal to 0. Now from this I can very clearly see that I need to multiply with 2 and 5. So multiply with 2 into 5. So I am going to directly multiply it. So 2 into 5 multiplied with V1 minus V2 divided by 2 minus V2 by 1 minus V3 minus 10 by 5 minus V3 by 2 is equal to 0. And from this we can straight away get 2 and 2 will cancel in the first case. 2 and 2 will cancel in the first case. So it will be 5 times V1 minus 5 times V2 minus 10 times V2 minus 2 times V3 plus 10 to 20 minus, again it's a 2, so minus 5 V3 is equal to 0. From which I can get all V1, V2, V3 together. So I will get V1 is 5V1, then V2 totally I will get 15, so minus 15 V2, and V3 I am having minus 7 V3 is equal to minus 15. So this is going to be my second equation. So the first equation is there, the second equation is there. Now what is to be seen is what is the equation inside the supernode. Okay, and so what I will write is from the equation directly we can see. So I will writing the voltage equation of supernode, writing the voltage equation of supernode. So here the supernode is, so here what we are having, here we are having V2 minus V3 is equal to 20. Now why did I take V2 higher and V3 lower? Nothing, because the positive side was here and the negative side was here, so I assumed that V2 is going to be higher potential and V3 is going to be lower potential. If I would have written V3 minus V2, then I would have taken it as minus 20. Why? Because V3 is having negative side here and this is positive. So I can write V2 minus V3 is equal to 20, or V3 minus V2 is equal to minus 20. So I can directly write here V2 minus V3 is going to be equal to 20. And that is the third equation. So we have to solve it using calculator, as I have already told you. Here we are having V1, V2. For V3 the coefficient is going to be equal to, for V3 it will be 0 V3. Coefficient is going to be equal to 0 for V3. Whereas in the second equation we are having V1, V2, V3, and in the last equation there is no V1. So it is 0 V1 plus V2 minus V3 is equal to 20. So solving all of this, so I can write solving 1, 2 and 3, I will get the equation, sorry. So solving 1, 2, 3, I will get the value of V1 as 19.04 volt. I will get the value of V2 as 11.6 volt, and finally I will get the value of V3 as minus 8.4 volt. I have made a small mistake here. Here this is not minus 15, this is minus 20, sorry. So this is going to be minus 20. Then we will get this particular voltage. The answer we will get it as 19.04. V2 is going to be 11.6 and V3 is going to be minus 8.4. Thank you.